Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This is about the last tissue controversy, however you want to say it. The last object was founded in 2018 with the first product being the last swab, which is something that I don't have because I use metal to clean my ears, by Isabel Agard. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that name, but its last object's mission is to eliminate single-use items by creating reusable, sustainable alternatives with the purpose to provide the world with sustainable choices. They are based and designed in Copenhagen, Denmark, and are produced or manufactured in Denmark and China. So while handkerchiefs were commonly used, are a commonly used product, the comfort of tissues, and along with many disposable things like plastic, became, far more useful, and people decided to use disposable tissues over handkerchiefs. So last object is made of certified organic cotton, and as probably before, even actually probably more so, tissues are both safe and hygienic to use. And we have washing machines now that aren't like double-barreled or hand washing, so in actual fact it probably is more hygienic. This is a cotton bag. And of course, these are the tissues. This is the one that usually goes in my bag, tissue box. It's usually my house. And these are makeup face rounds. These are all made of certified organic cotton. The tissues are, of course, easy to clean. You throw them in this, and then you throw them in the wash. In actual fact, everything here you would throw in this bag, and it's more that you don't want to get them lost in the washing machine when you're washing them with your clothes, which is usually what I do, or you can wash them with your sheets or towels. So, these silicone, this is like a hard silicone. This is like a hard plastic, I guess. These two are soft silicone, and are far, far softer, as you can tell. But this is actually really, really hard, and I don't know what the choice was for that. But you basically run them in here, throw them in the wash, and you can put these in the dishwasher, and you can put the 3 of these into the dishwasher or hand wash them. So the point of, maybe not this, these are makeup rounds, but the point of both this is that when you take one out from here and you use it, you then push this down and put it at the top and close it, and then when you get home you can actually remove the dirty tissues from the top and put them in your bag until you next do your washing. The same idea works with this, is once you pull the tissue out and blow your nose, you put them in this bottom bit, where it keeps them separated from the clean tissues until you can wash. So all the clean tissues are on the top. As you pull them out, obviously that's going to reduce, and this is where the dirty tissues will get pushed at the bottom, which means you keep the clean and the dirty separated, essentially. So that's how they, which is actually what in particular attracted me to this system. I kind of have had handkerchiefs, a bunch of handkerchiefs, probably about 6, and to be honest, I use them at home. I very rarely use them when I was out, and I never used them when I was out because what do you do with them? You're just gonna shove them dirty into your bag. I do actually now, because I use cloth pads, obviously have wet bags, but that means I'd always have to carry a wet bag around with me, and it just kind of became a little bit frustrating. So I got this one first. You've probably seen it in some of my other videos, in particular my what's in my bag videos, which reminds me I think I have to do another one soon, because I've probably switched bags twice since then. And so I got this one, so it's just a like all-in-one system, so that I can blow my nose and then put it in the top and then put them in the bag to wash. I still obviously have these tissues that I use at home, and then I use them and they go straight into there anyway. I do have, I think 6, but obviously some of them are in the wash, some of them are doing other stuff, but I'm using this one as the example. So, it does actually create possibly a more, for me at least, a more hygienic space to use these than, and this, just to keep them all. Probably if I was at home, I would probably put these straight into the bag, but if I had taken these anywhere, I would put them in the bottom so that I could keep it all together. But that is the idea of them, at least, so you don't just have random, and I suppose you'd use your face rounds like this at home and probably throw them directly in there as well. So obviously tissues, throw them in the laundry bag, and then in the washing machine, and then these wash. When using them on the go, as I just explained, this makes it a lot more hygienic, and this makes it a lot more easier to keep them under control and contained. So a last tissue can be washed up to 520 times with a 6-pack, which is what this is. But what I did is I bought myself one and my sister one, and then I bought an extra pack, which gave us 3 extra each, I think. So it was a pack of 6. So it came with 6. I put 3 extra in, which gave us 9, and I put 3 extra in hers, which gave her 9, so that we both had one with 9 each. So they can be washed up to 520 times. These ones here come with a 18-pack, and I bought a 12-pack as well, so this actually has 30 in it. I use a lot of tissues. I'm mostly, allergic to everything. So they are, of course, can be washed up to 520 times. So with this kind of 6-pack, it would eliminate approximately 3,100 single-use tissues. And it's estimated that this one here would replace up to 9,300 single-use tissues. I am not sure how they got those numbers. That's this with the 18. And then of course at the end of life for these tissues, they are biodegradable. These ones are biodegradable, and this is biodegradable, so everything here is biodegradable. Well, I don't think these are, but I meant the tissues, sorry. So while they can be expensive as an initial setup, once you have them, they should last you years. And of course, you don't actually have to get the last issue tissues. I did just because I bought it as like a pack, or in fact the last issue tissue bag, but it kind of came as a pack of things, which is why I have these 3 that came singly. I actually got it in a 2-pack of this and my sister's one. So the controversy is, as we know, greenwashing happens when organisations overstate their positive environmental impacts in marketing materials and advertising about their products, often without evidence, and or hide the source materials stemming from unsustainable suppliers. With kind of like statements like all natural ingredients, sustainably or ethically sourced, and or sustainably made. Greenwashers includes companies that make their own products from very small percentages of plastic or organic cotton, and then label it as organic and or sustainable. And words and advertising tend to stand out more than actual genuine measures that are taken. Even then, if a product is 100% recycled, does it deserve the label of a sustainable product? Because the life cycle of a product is just as important. Recycling still requires energy, it can pollute, and it can be relatively inefficient. And while recycled products can have the limits. It begs the question whether a company is doing enough. If another company's product is made from like recycled cotton or that type of stuff. So while we may want to tell ourselves that we are buying ethically, that kind of leads then into greenwashing, consumerism. So you're essentially being sold a product just to be sold a product, and it's labelled as quote-unquote greenwashing, to greenwashing consumerism so that you will purchase that stuff. However, so most criticism of the last object, last tissues, last rounds, blah blah blah, is that they promote essentially, for a better use of the word, consumerism. So they offer these come in multiple colours. They come in black, red, yellow, this mint green, if you probably haven't noticed by some of the background blankets that I have. Most things I have a green. I have green towels, I have green bedding, I have green jackets, I have green clothes, and it's not, so I picked obviously the mint colour because I liked it, but you know, most people who would criticise the last object company would say that you could just buy tissues like this and you can go on like this. However, for me, I knew I wasn't using these out of the house. While I didn't buy the disposable packets like this, I would buy boxes of tissues and I would use boxes of tissues. I'd probably go through about a box of tissues a week of like 200 tissues, and it can be very, very frustrating to not be able to carry these tissues around. So I haven't bought a box of tissues since I had these with me. So this always comes in my bag. It's always in my work bag or my going out bag or whatever bag I'm taking with me in case I need tissues, because I know I can put it inside of here and just keep it as a single unit and not lose anything. It's the same as these types of things. You'll know I recently got this and this for my birthday, and I got these because I really wanted to stop using so many boxes of tissues. This was, I've had, I don't know, a year. I think this was this last birthday or last Christmas. I can't remember. Or the Christmas before. I always think last Christmas as the one before we just had. So this has been a real lifesaver. I really liked it, the concept and the design. And so even though the design of these is being promoted as kind of a greenwashing consumerism, I would say that if this is what's going to get me and maybe you to stop using tissues or stop using so many tissues, then I would say it is a job well done. So for me, I would say it's less of a controversy and more of people promoting the refuse consumerism angle more than is like more. They're more on the side of refusing capitalism and refusing consumerism rather than necessarily against this company in particular or against companies that make always reusable products. So it's kind of like the consumerism that comes up about tote bags, is that getting a tote bag every time you walk into a shop, it makes it practically useless because then you end up with 300 tote bags and you always forget them. Whereas if you have like 2 tote bags that you use all the time, then and you don't buy any more, then that's actually a better way to go than always having new ones as you go. So the consumerism angle is the bad part, not the product. But these have stopped me buying tissues. They are great. I actually really, really enjoy them. If they're not going to work for you, don't consume them. But they work for me. So it actually made me more sustainable and environmentally friendly. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending of course where you are in the day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.